What is up, my ladies and non-lady friends? I am super excited to be doing this one. I've been having some problems with 90 hard Artemil this month. I've killed him a few times on lower levels, but on 90 his buddies were just causing way too much havoc with everyone. So, I was actually talking with a guildmate, and his problem was that the team he was trying to use was all full of 35s. And I started talking about how Gildong's the only 35 I use, and then I got the idea to actually try him in here. I just for whatever reason had never tried Gildong in here. It didn't seem like it was maybe the perfect counter. We'll go ahead and see how it works. You guys all know how ridiculously overpowered Gildong and Woonhak are for trash. So I'm going to go ahead and play the first two stages at times 4 speed. I consider just not putting them in the video, but I do think it's useful to see that like these liches, the 3 fire liches, can still cause lots of havoc. One of them broke loose and got his self buff and took the team down pretty well. Now the nice thing is that they're on the first floor, so if it's quote unquote hard to get through the fire liches, I'm a lot more okay with failing on the first wave. That way you don't waste a whole lot of time. What really drives me nuts is when you spend 20 minutes digging into the third wave or deep into the second wave and then you end up wiping. That causes a lot more headaches having to redo the first 20 minutes of trash. Aside from that, I don't think that there's a team that just comes in here and, face punches the fire liches to death. They're a pretty hard trash wave. Luckily, they're in the front, and then you get this waste of space trash wave in the middle. Just keep everything crowd controlled. If stuff does break loose, attack break it. There's not a whole lot going on here. That being said, these guys have tons of just raw stats from being this high up on TOA. So your semi-squishier monsters, in my case Gildong or maybe Beretta, can take damage. You just gotta be careful and safe. Use your taunts. Right here is actually where it gets a little more dangerous because you don't want to use any special abilities. You want to save them all for the opening wave of wave 3. So I'm kind of relying on Mav's auto attack stun. I'm not casting Gildong's stun. I'm not armor breaking stuff. I'm not putting dots up. I'm not pushing through this real fast. So I'm not worried about a Sigmaris one-shotting someone, but I don't want Sigmaris to, hit Beretta for 35% of his life right before I move into Artie. I want everyone to go in full hit points and full cooldowns. So we got this thing slowed down for you now. We'll be able to see the good stuff that you guys have all been waiting for. Open up with a backlash. Taoist goes. Taoist is amazing. Stuns the wind people, no problems. And now, at this point, done correctly, we have essentially 100% AoE uptime on Gildong. So, yes, on his stun. So we are, quote unquote, worried about stunning them and killing them for that matter. But mainly, your focus here is going to be keeping Gildong and Spectra alive. And right here, where Gildong Violent procs 14 times in a row is not, holy shit, is not helpful for that. So I think I just got like 4 Violent procs in a row. Luckily, I only crit on 1 or 2 of them, so I only got countered by the Archangel a couple times. On that note, I had been running with a crit rate rune on slot 4 of Spectra, kind of as a test. I hadn't completely re-runed him, but I wanted to see how it would work. I'm thinking about switching Spectra to a crit damage build with high crit rate. I got here on my first attempt, and Spectra was getting himself murdered by critting every time. So I swapped the crit rate rune on Spectra's 4 out for a hit point rune, and it works much nicer. This team works so beautifully that I might 6-star my Gildong. I hadn't ran into a reason to 6-star him until now. I love him. He is quote unquote worth it, no problem. Worth the investment of fodder. My issue is that he stun locks everything so well that nothing ever hits him. The only time he ever takes damage is from Jultans, and I've got him enough hit points at 5-star to where he can survive a Jultan counter. But I'm very close to making the call to 6-star this dude just because of how glorious this works. Now, at the same time, we're probably not going to see Artie again on floor 90 next month. It took a while to see him on 90 this month, but we'll see if I 6-star him. As it is right now, you can see just the amazing gloriousness that is Gildong, well, paired with Spectra and Mav here. Now notice right here, I actually have one Wind Yeti, or one Light Yeti, and Wind Monkey that were out of stun. So you want to try to make sure you get some single target stuns on them. I don't really want to Gildong stun right now and just hit a Yeti, especially since that left Monkey and the left Yeti are about to come out. So we're going to try to refresh the armor break on Artie. We failed that. Now my Gildong doesn't have any skill ups, so he's not the best at applying that armor break. Luckily we get enough turns here where we can keep it up most of the time, but you definitely want to keep that armor break on Artie. If you really had to break this stage down, probably the most important thing is that a Light Yeti never casts its buff. That is game ruining. Probably right behind that would be to keep an armor break on Artie the entire time. Your next kind of focus would be to keep the monkeys stunned, and kind of a side note on that, the monkeys will only counterattack when you hit someone that is not the monkey. So if you hit Monkey A, Monkey B will counterattack you, but Monkey A won't. If you hit Artie, Monkey A and Monkey B will counterattack you. So if you've got a stunned monkey and an active monkey, hit the active monkey, and if there's no Light Yeti buff out, the only one who's going to counterattack you is Artie. Now that is extremely important early on in the game if you don't have a bunch of things stunned. If you just go apeshit and say, hit a Light Yeti because you're afraid of them, you could end up with two monkeys and an Artie counterattacking you. And on, Gildong, that's probably game over. And on Beretta, it might even be if they get lucky and crit him. Now, we don't care about that. It would be better if he was taunted there, so that didn't happen, but we frankly don't care. We're stacking dots, not even trying to kill the Yetis right now. We want to get these monkeys off the floor, just because having a dead monkey gives you a lot more options on who you're going to hit. Right now, with two monkeys, the monkeys being in or out of stun kind of forces me to do different moves that I might not want to do. Once one of the monkeys down, I kind of have a safe haven of hitting the other monkey all the time. Whether he's stunned or not, he'll be, air quotes, safe, or at least safer than other options. And as it stands right now, it looks like the Yeti on the right is dead, the monkey on the left is dead, and the other things are still alive. Normally I would just let the dots kill that monkey on the left, and I'm going to now because it was stunned, but while it was still active, I would have went ahead and kept hitting it. Like, I'm probably going to hit this right monkey and get it dead, even though it's gonna die when it's its turn. I don't want to deal with another 614 counterattacks from it, so it'd be really nice to kill this right monkey manually. I keep saying that, and then I get all these monsters that need to do other things, but like right now I'm not expecting big damage out of Gildong, but I'll just stun him. So I stun him, now I don't have to worry about killing him. The only thing left on the map is the left Yeti. So we're just going to keep playing the game. Don't get cocky. Just keep in mind that this is extremely safe if done right, but all it takes is just a little smidgen of either terrible luck or negligence to get counterattacked to death here. So we're not going to start dancing and celebrating until everything's dead. We're going to keep everyone super healed, very, very safe and careful. Now we're going to Gildong stun that left Yeti. We know it's going to land because Gildog is amazing. Oh my god, he is amazing. Stop hitting me, Artie. Should be good. So now we need to get a taunt back up on that Artie, which we've got. And we need to get another Violent Proc on Basalt and get a heal out on that Gildong, which we do not get right now. Hopefully we'll get a heal out before Gildong has to take a counter attack. We'll find out right now. Maybe we'll get we got the attack break, no crit, so no dead Gildong, which is nice. Actually, he probably wouldn't have died, but he would have been super low. But now he's pretty comfortable. He's got his armor buff up. That's another point of problem here, is that generally you can protect your weaker monsters pretty well with the defense buff from Basalt, and Artie does an amazing job of stripping all your freaking buffs. So you'll see it go up on the Gildong and not stay very long. Gildong also is going to want to Violent Proc 46 times every turn, which will not only just wear out the defense buff normally, but it will also add to the amount of times that the Artie counterattacks you and then therefore steals your buff. So, once again, do not just push the auto button and go apeshit, because this team will not auto it. This is a 100% manual, play everything super careful, and kill the boss team. We've pretty much won, but you don't want to start celebrating yet. Just keep steady and smooth, and then collect your Sweet Lake Dark Scroll at the end. At this point, it's pretty much just more of the same, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this last little bit. I want to let it play so you can see everyone's hit points go nice and smoothly, but I'll save you a minute or two of your life here. Now keep in mind, it could still either go bad from here, or it could just take an extra 16 hours. You don't want to let Artie get a heal off, so make sure Artie is taunted, make sure he's armor broken so he's not murdering people. When you can, sneak in an attack break, and glancing would be nice, but every time you glance him with Gildong, you're guaranteed to get a revenge. So whether you want to actually have crit on Gildong, probably not, but if you do, at least you get some reward from that crit. And we finally have the answer to the age-old question, what can't Gildong do? And the answer, absolutely nothing. I love this dude. Now let's go ahead and open up our Fae here. No lightning, no Fae. Jultan? Well, maybe not a total He's got a pretty interesting passive, so maybe we can make some use out of him. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and pan through the runes used on these monsters so you can see if this is a team that you can replicate. It is, well, literally just the regular, boring, crowd control trash team that I use on basically every floor until it doesn't work. And when I say trash, I don't mean like I think the team's bad. I think the team's amazing. I mean like I'm not fighting a boss, I'm fighting just some random trash monster. These are my 5 go-to people. They work amazingly. I had not even thought of bringing them to Artie, but I had a hell of a time with Artie this month, and I'm super, super happy with how it turned out. Alright guys, well that's about it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. As always, please let me know what you thought in the comments, and if you enjoyed yourself, please like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.